What's going on, guys? This is Miasin, and this is the updated Blue Eyes deck profile. I think I optimized it quite well. For the most part, I want to say there is almost nothing that I can think of that I really want to change, but of course, it's always up to debate. I feel like over the years, people have not really improved that much with Blue Eyes. Almost nothing has changed. The same flaws have always kind of existed in Blue Eyes, but I really tried to... I really try to, like, look at these flaws and do something about it, instead of just saying, you know what, let's just accept these flaws for what they are, because that was the mentality that people had with Cyber Dragon, and it never really worked out. I mean, every time people got YCS tops with Cyber Dragon OTK, it was just out of sheer luck, and, you know, oh wow, it was your day, you drew Machine Dupe with Core when you had to, and when you didn't draw Machine Dupe, well, you were drawing a hand that could still win. But now, I'm trying to minimize the amount of hands that can't play, and of course trying to maximize the amount of hands that can play, even though that might cause the ceiling level to drop just a little tiny bit. Anyways, before I get into the explanation of anything, make sure you like and subscribe, and also check me out on Twitch and Instagram. And with that being said, let's get right into this deck profile. So again, 2 Blue Eyes White Dragon. I'm a person who just doesn't really care about what Seto Kaiba or whatever the anime would want me to do. I just try to take a deck and make it as good as possible. So Blue Eyes White Dragon a 3 was just bricky. I was losing games out of, not even out of my control. It was out of my control. Yeah, I couldn't do anything about them. And if I cut down Blue Eyes to 2, my break rate would actually reduce a little bit. And it's not even like you can say that drawing the card was broken, because it really isn't. It doesn't do that much, and it gets redundant very fast. It's super easy to search, and it doesn't do much in your hand. Well, it doesn't do much more in your hand than in the graveyard. It pretty much serves the same purpose, because cards like Blue Eyes Jet and Blue Eyes Abyss, whether the Blue Eyes is on the field or grave, doesn't change anything. So I just felt like 2 copies was correct. And then 2 alternative, this is a inherent hard once per turn special summon, so you can't even summon it multiple times. Well, from the hand at least, with its own summoning condition. So 2 is way more than enough, with Chaos Emperor Dragon of Armageddon and Levineer. These are kind of in the boss monster categories, so again, playing more than 1 would be very win more, and it wouldn't make your deck any better. Now, Blue Eyes Jet Dragon and Blue Eyes Abyss are not boss monster cards, but they are very, very good cards that you can summon with White Stone of Ancients. I guess same thing with Dragon Spirit of White, but that one's... this isn't really a card that makes you gain anything, but rather makes your opponent lose something, and it's a very good card to summon off of Hieratic Seal, because Hieratic Seal doesn't negate the effect of whichever dragon monster you summon, it just reduces the attack and defense to 0. So if you can summon a card like Dragon Spirit of White, you can also banish a spell or trap your opponent controls, so it acts as a double interruption, if you will. So that's the reason why Dragon Spirit of White is always going to be a pretty good card. And then Blue Eyes Abyss just makes your follow-up very, very good. So this card just has to be played in Blue Eyes. And Blue Eyes Jet is a card that does quite a lot, so it protects your other cards from being destroyed by your opponent's card effects. And when a card is destroyed by battle by card effect, while this card is in your hand or grave, and you have Blue Eyes White Dragon in your field or grave, you can summon it, and then at the start of the damage step, if this card battles, you can bounce back 1 card your opponent controls to the hand, so I really like these cards as one-ofs. Now, one card that is actually really good at 3 would be Nebula Dragon. This card pretty much starts plays almost by its own. All you need is Nebula and any level 8 that can be summoned. So not these 2 cards and not the alternative, obviously, because it has to must first be special summoned from the hand. So you can special summon Blue Eyes or another Nebula or these cards, whatever, and then you can make a rank 8. If you're playing the New Round package, you can kill your opponent. Well, not the New Round package, I meant the Draglubion package. You can either make New Round Dragon or make Heart Earth Dragon, but the extra deck is very tight, so can't really afford that luxury. And then, of course, the 2 baby Chaos Dragons, because I'm playing Chaos Space, so these allow me to make Romulus or Hieratic Seal, so I can get my Blue Eyes engine started a little faster. And then 3 Tyrant of D. If you haven't watched the combos, you would understand why this card is really broken. So yeah, make sure you do watch the combos. And then 3 White Stone of Ancients with 1 White Stone of Legend. Searching Blue Eyes isn't as relevant as summoning 1 from the deck during the end phase, because again, Blue Eyes doesn't really do that much in the hand. So yeah, that's that. And then 3 Sage with Eyes of Blue. Fun fact, this card has a very good in-hand effect. So even if you draw multiples, it's not bad at all. You can normal summon the first one and then use the effect of the second one to transform one of your effect monsters into a Blue Eyes monster, not just a Blue Eyes White Dragon. So you can summon Blue Eyes Abyss and then get your Surge that way. So you don't always have to rely on White Stone of Ancients, which I actually like quite a lot. You can also search Effect Veiler when you already have everything you're looking for. So that's the reason why this card is a random one of, but not random because it has some form of value. And I want to say people have always played Effect Veiler as a one of in Blue Eyes White Dragon. Again, you're pretty much playing 4 Veilers because you can search it. Searches any level 1, I believe, Light Tuner from your deck to your hand, yes. And Veiler just happens to be one. So yeah, Ash doesn't have the same logic. Anyways, one Return of the Dragon Lords. You can also play Silver Scry, that's another good card. It can summon back Dragon Spirit of White, but it can't summon the other cards. So this just covered more ground. And the Graveyard effect is also ridiculously important at allowing you to play through like Torrential Tribute or Conquistador and stuff like that. So I really like it for the Graveyard effect as well. Sometimes it's just a discard fodder for Melody, and then that way I can ensure that my combo goes through trap cards. So very good card for that reason. And then 3 Pure Erase Map acts as 3 extra copies of Sage with Eyes of Blue. It's always going to be your normal summon anyway, so the drawback doesn't really matter. And finally 3 Melody of Awakening Dragon, Monster Reborn, Double Prosperity, Triple Chaos Space, and Dragon's Ravine with a Skill Drain. Skill Drain is good because you don't really care if your monsters are negated on the field. 3000 attack beat sticks are absurd, and a lot of decks cannot deal with that under Skill Drain. So you're always winning when you're resolving Skill Drain, I want to say, against 90% of the meta. Melody is a no-brainer because everything in this row almost is searchable with Melody. Well, these cards at least, the 6 cards, and then the other ones not really. Well, Blue Eyes Jet, yes, but not not these ones. And yeah, Monster Reborn, I guess it's a little generic. You can summon back some good monsters when you use them once, like Baroness and other stuff like that. Pot of Prosperity is there because I didn't want to play Trade-In. Trade-In is cool, but it really sounds like a win more the majority of the time. It loses quite hard to Ash because you have to commit 2 cards, so if you get Ashed, well, you're going 2 for 1 trade, which is very bad. And Prosperity is a 1 for 1, but in this deck, you don't really want that much draw power that relies on cards that you have no guarantee on drawing. So again, when I was playing Trade-In and Cards of Consonance, I was breaking like crazy. But with Pot of Prosperity, at least I am reducing the amount of coupling, I think that's the term in English, I forgot, that the deck has to be dealing with. And now you no longer need very specific combination of cards in order to play. It is a little more self-sufficient, again, if that makes any sense. And then, yeah, Chaos Space is a very good card. It searches so many cards, including Alternative, and of course these cards, or the Baby Dragons. Yeah. And then Ravine, of course, not only searchable by Romulus, but it's just always a Foolish Burial that doesn't go to the graveyard when it's used. So that's one of the reasons why I like the card. And yeah, the fact that it's searchable is pretty fantastic. Anyways, for the extra deck, the majority of it is already known to pretty much everyone. So Baroness, Shen, that is one of the options when you don't want to go or can't go into Spirit. That could actually happen sometimes because you don't have a Blue Eyes monster with your White Stone, but rather a Chaos Emperor or a Levineer. So Shen would be nice. It's the best level 9 that I can think of. Ravenous Croco Dragon is also an option. Or I believe there is also Chao Feng. When it dies, you can search a tuner. So you can search Ash or Veiler, whatever. And then Azure Eyes, Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, Moonlight, very, very good card to summon off of Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. It's an extra interruption. Formula Synchron, so you summon this off of Needle Fiber, which is here. And then you tag out, well, you quick sync using Formula in a level 8 to make Baroness. Again, another Omni Negate. For the Xyz, Zeus, Harbinger, Dingirsu. Dingirsu is really good. It protects pretty much every card on your field from being destroyed by Battle by Card effect. It's a very good card to go into Zeus with. And you can also absorb machines from your Banished, which is never going to come up. And yeah, I mean, Zeus is also obviously a very good card that you're always trying to play when you can play Xyz monsters. And for the Link monsters, I mean, again, very self-explanatory. So, Needle Fiber, Romulus, Hieratic Seal, Pistis, Striker Dragon, and Relinquished Anima, or Link Karibo. It's up to you, I guess. Alright, the idea section doesn't really have too much. I guess Seifert used to be good, but not anymore. I don't know why I'm playing a second Veiler and a second Spirit. The Draglubion with Numeron package. Celine with Access Code Talker since you're playing Veiler, that's not too bad. And then Harpy's Feather Duster if you're trying to go second in OTK. Desires, not too bad, but I'm playing quite a lot of 1-ofs and 2-ofs, so it becomes very dangerous. You can banish your whole life and have nothing. So I'm not a super big fan. It used to be decent, but not anymore. And yeah, again, same issue. Cards of Consonance, Trade In. They all have the same flaws, so I just felt like Pot of Prosperity was a little safer. Apparition with Eyes of Blue, it's not the best because, of course, when you break, this card doesn't fix anything. And yeah, Summon Limit is just good trap cards overall. Well, Summon Limit and other Floodgates would be good trap cards overall when you're going first. Anyways, that's all I had to say in Showcase for this Blue Eyes deck profile. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.